Hey guys, Alex here. We're back with buying your first motorcycle. So, you know what the budget is now, and you know whether you can pay cash for one or whether you need to finance one, right? And we're going to get to how to do both of those things in the next couple of videos. But the very next thing to look at is, what brands do I look at? And I'm going to do videos on the best motorcycles, within the categories. Those are going to be separate. Those are way too long to get into in just one video here. But as a really basic rule, if this is your first motorcycle, you're not experienced yet, you haven't been riding yet, you're getting your feet wet, this is your first motorcycle, these are the 5 brands that you need to look at, okay? And one of them is going to be controversial, maybe, to some people for a first-time bike, but these are the 5 brands to look at, okay? If you want to buy a motorcycle where you're going to get your bang for your buck, and you are going to be able to sell it again or trade it and get your money back out of it, and it's going to be low cost of maintenance, no muss, no fuss. You might have little bitty things here and there, but not expensive to own, okay? You want to look at Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Suzuki. And if you're in love with the brand and you're in love with the American dream and you're willing to spend a little bit more money on the bike and a little bit more money on maintenance, Harley Davidson. Now, some people that are huge fans of Japanese bikes and metric bikes, they're going to look at me and go, Harley Davidson, really? Look, I've seen a lot of first-time riders buy a Harley Davidson because they love the Harley Davidson, their friends have Harley Davidson, they just want to buy an American motorcycle. If you're okay with spending a little bit more money on the bike and spending a little bit more money on maintenance, by all means. Harley makes fantastic bikes. They look good, they ride good, you look good on them. That's fine. You want to look at these 5 brands of motorcycles because these 5 brands of motorcycles are major names, they're trusted names, they've been around for a long time. You will be able to find values on them very easily because we already established you want to buy a used motorcycle first time, right? So you'll be able to find your values on them easily. You'll be able to know reasonably what is fair to pay for it, what you should be and what you shouldn't be paying for it. You will be able to find a mechanic to check the bike out for you. You will be able to find reputable dealers in your area and shops to work on it for you and help you out with parts and stuff for it. You'll be able to find tons of information on Google on basically any bike that you can buy from these manufacturers. These are all good things. If you're getting started, you need to be able to find out everything you could possibly need to know about your motorcycle. Because you're going to buy it, you're going to get super excited about it. You're like, I want to know every damn thing there is to know about this motorcycle. If you buy a motorcycle, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Harley Davidson, you can find everything you could possibly want to know about this motorcycle on Google. You can get manuals for them. You can get the shop manual for it if you want to go that deep into it. I like to do that. You can find forums on the things. You can find Facebook groups. Probably you can find Facebook groups dedicated to just that motorcycle. And then in a year or 2 or something, if you decide that there's a different bike that you want, sorry, I got to steady the camera because I'm driving. Don't do that. If you want to trade it or you want to do something else or you just want to sell it or you figure out, oh, I need a bigger bike or I want a better bike or I want to, maybe I bought a regular running around motorcycle and now I want something with saddlebags and a backrest and freaking fairing and radio and GPS and, if you want to upgrade in a year or 2, if you buy a bike from one of these manufacturers, one of these companies, you'll be able to get your money back out of it, or at least most of it. You'll be able to trade it easily, you'll be able to sell it easily, you'll be able to do something with it if you keep it in good shape. So get a motorcycle from one of those 5 major brands. Now, disclaimer, for those of you that are watching this that may already be a motorcycle enthusiast, yes, there are a few other really fantastic, badass motorcycle brands out there that when you're an experienced rider or you already know what you want, you may switch to. We'll get into those later. I'm just not mentioning those in this video because this is a video for the first-time buyer. If you're buying your first-time motorcycle, buy something from one of those 5 brands. In the next few videos, I'm going to get into specifics of how to go about doing that from a private party or a shop, and I'm going to do a couple videos on some of the best models, at least to look at it first. There's a lot of bikes out there, guys. There's a lot of really nice bikes out there. There's a lot of models, and I'm a big fan of saying there's a but for every seat. Everybody's a little bit different on what will be the perfect motorcycle for them. But at least when you're getting started, you figured out your budget, you figured out whether you're going to pay cash or you're going to finance it. The next step is buy something from one of those brands. Okay, so one more thing to go along with that. If you've got friends that ride motorcycles, or you start getting online and looking for what's the best brand, what's the best this, what's the best that, don't necessarily listen to someone who tells you this is the absolute best brand of motorcycles that there is, okay? All the brands that I've mentioned are fantastic motorcycle brands. And what you're going to find a lot of times is if someone already has a motorcycle, whatever brand that motorcycle is, that's the best damn brand on the planet to them. And I don't want to call them fanboys or anything like that, but, especially if you get into the Harley Davidson world, if somebody's got a Harley Davidson and they've had several Harley Davidsons, Harley Davidson inspires this love among their riders, okay? People love their Harley Davidson. So, of course, to them, Harley Davidson is the best brand of motorcycles that ever existed, probably. Not everybody, but a lot of Harley riders, that's it. Honda riders are the same way, man. If somebody's been riding a Honda for 20 years or Hondas for 20 years, Honda can do no wrong. Honda. Same with Yamaha. I've had several Yamahas. I love Yamaha. But all of the major brands that I've listed make awesome motorcycles. So you don't necessarily need to think that any one brand is the perfect brand. And if anyone tells you this is the best brand, this is the one you've got to have, they probably just have had bikes of that brand, had good success with them, and just love that brand. That's fine. It's fine to be in love with that brand, but just take my word for it. All 5 of the big, safe manufacturers make awesome motorcycles. You can't go wrong. So instead of listening to someone and focusing on, I've got to have this brand, sit on some motorcycles and buy the motorcycle that feels right. That's a huge concept. Buy the motorcycle that fits you, not what someone else told you to buy. Peace.